Hello, Gus Bedwell again from Oregon Department of Veterans Affairs Training and Development Services. Now that you have completed modules 1 through 3 and you've learned everything you can possibly about service-connected disabled benefits, non-service-connected benefits, survivors benefits, health care, education benefits, those types of things, I thought it'd be good to spend a little bit of time just telling you about tools that are available to veterans and their loved ones to access these benefits. As I've said all along, the number one tool is your veteran service officer. But let's face it, sometimes there's things that veteran service officers can't do, such as, let's say somebody's filing for a home loan and they need an income verification letter that tells how much VA compensation they get. That's not necessarily something that a veteran service officer has the ability to access to the federal VA. Or maybe the person needs a letter indicating that they have a certain percentage service connection to get a property tax discount. That's not something that we always have access to, or the things that we do have access to have more information on them than maybe that county assessor really needs. So this module, Module 4, is about veterans tools. They're about empowering the veteran to get access to certain types of information that they may need for themselves in order to access other non-VA benefits, such as home loans, such as welfare, such as education benefits, or rental assistance, that type of thing. So here we go. So our discussion topics for today is, what is eBenefits? That's a great program that has access to a lot of different things. And then there's My Healthy Vet. This is for those veterans who are enrolled in VA healthcare and want to keep in contact with their medical provider. And then there's a program called VONAP, VA's online application program. This is for veterans who want to apply for VA education benefits. We're going to look at each one of these tools. Now, by no means is this the only tools that's available out there, but these are the ones that the VA is most commonly using right now. So let's talk about eBenefits. It's a website. eBenefits is a result of a collaboration between the Department of Veterans Affairs and the Department of Defense. What this means is that information on the veteran that is being held by the Department of Veterans Affairs and the Department of Defense is pulled together in benefit of the veteran to give them access to that information. Now, of course, there's some things that they have to do, which we'll discuss here in the next few slides. What you need to know is that it's a free account. It's not anything that the veteran pays for. There's two types. There's basic or premium. Most people will want to do the premium, though, because it's pretty easy to get through the premium process. The information is secure. They can safely access their personal information and perform some self-service tasks. The applications are all online in PDF for VA disability compensation and various other benefits. There's some employment resources in there out there. There's also a personalized dashboard that one can access, customized to suit their preferences and information needs. And they have access to the National Resource Directory, which enables them to find links to resources based on subjects that they're interested in. What are the benefit levels? Well, I talked about basic and premium. To gain access to most eBenefits resources and services, one needs one account. The VA offers the following two types of account. A basic account that gives them limited access to various features. They're not going to get a lot with a basic account, basically. A premium account that gives them unlimited access. To register for a free account, the veteran has to create what is called a DS login. You have a picture here of what it looks like. If they've never done it before, then here you go. You start registering and completing that information. If they're still in the National Guard and they have a CAT card reader, they can use it that way. Or once they have one, they can sign in there. Now, once a veteran has an account, they have to log in. And here's what they'll see on the screen. And here's where they'll see their login. As you note, right up here. I split this screen because I want you to understand when you click on the login screen, there's a spot that has a little block that's hidden that they have to click on. The way you know that you've clicked on it correctly is when you go to the DSN login area where you put in your username and password, then it's no longer shaded and it allows you to put that information in. If you can't, it's probably because you haven't clicked this box. And you have to do it every single time you log in. And here's what I'm talking about, the DSN logon, where it has a username and password. You know, once a veteran has created their logon and password, they can log on from here. Now, again, I believe it behooves a veteran to navigate the remote proofing to obtain a premium account. They are prompted and guided through the process the first time they log in. Here's how simple it is. Do you know information about your credit history and your credit report? Probably. That's the type of questions that they ask you. For instance, we noticed in the last 5 years you've taken out a loan for a home with one of the 4 companies. And they'll list 3 companies, and then they'll list probably something that says none of the above. Because, it might not be one of the companies you've worked with. Or we've noticed in the last 6 years you've lived in one of the following locations. And again, it'll have addresses. One of them may be your address, one of them may not be. It takes about 2 minutes, and it's about 10 or 12 questions. I hate to tell you this, but I've had to do it a number of times, because when you forget your password, they typically make you go through the remote proofing process again. So I've gotten really good at doing the remote proofing. Try to write your password down, I guess, is the key to that point. Once you get in, premium benefit account holders have access to a wide range of resources. There's disability information, there's dependents, there's payment history. There's all kinds of really great pieces of information in there. In your training folder, there are 5 examples of letters that you could get access to. Letters that will help you with those things I talked about earlier. Like I need a driver's license that has veterans on it. Or I'd like to get my disabled plates. Or how about your hunting and fishing license? Or what if you're trying to get into a house for rent and you need to show your compensation as income? All those letters are accessible once you go through the premium process. There are a number of ways to use e-benefits. Here are some examples. You can actually apply for benefits right on e-benefits. Now, as a veteran service officer, I'm not a big fan of this. Why? Because if you go as a veteran or a dependent and you're applying for benefits, and I don't know about it, then I can't help you that well. So I don't encourage people to do that as often. But there are those times when I may help them navigate it, such as removing or adding a dependent. Going through the e-benefits process is a lot quicker than mailing it into a VA regional office. Or if you want to manage your health, you want to contact your VA doctor, you can click on Manage Your Health and go to My Healthy Vet. Here's a little bit more about applying for benefits. You'll notice that add or remove a dependent is one of them. Release medical records to the VA. You can upload supporting documents for a submitted claim. So let's say you have a veteran who has gotten a letter and they can't see their VSO for 5 to 6 weeks. What they could do is they could upload the documents here, so that way the VA goes ahead and gets them. Now, with that said though, I would always encourage the veteran to keep a copy of anything they upload and still go see their veteran service officer, so that way they know what it is that they uploaded. And in some cases, it's not in the veteran's benefit to upload those upload those documents. It's in their best benefit to go see a veteran service officer. And again, some additional stuff. Education benefits is a big one. I'm going to tell you right now, if you have somebody in your office that wants to apply for education benefits, this is the place to go. Or Voc Rehab. Voc Rehab, if you do not apply for Voc Rehab electronically, they may ask you to do that before they set you up for your first appointment. Here's some more information. It's a very user-friendly tool. A lot of people are hesitant because they don't like going through the process of the remote proofing. But here's the thing you need to understand. If it's not you in the system, then you shouldn't be accessing the information. And the information that you're accessing is only information that has been shared by you with the Department of Defense and the Department of Veterans Affairs. So if you've never filed a claim, there's not going to be anything about any disabilities that you're service connected for in the disabilities portion. Now, I mentioned earlier that there's some different letters and that they're in the training package or the training folder. There's exactly 5 examples, and these are the types of letters that you can get. A benefits summary letter, benefits verification, and so on, and so on, so on. So let's talk about My Healthy Vet. What is My Healthy Vet? My Healthy Vet is the VA's online personalized health record. It was designed for veterans, active duty service members, and their dependents and caregivers. It helps you to partner with your healthcare team, and it provides you opportunities and tools to make informed decisions and manage your health. I personally like a My Healthy Vet Because as a veteran, what I can do is send my doctor a letter and ask for a referral to a particular clinic without having to schedule an appointment to go in and see my doctor. And then if they want me to come in and see them, then they can make that determination and they can connect with me through My Healthy Vet. You can access My Healthy Vet from eBenefits, or you can access it through the My Healthy Vet website. And as you see, Manage Your Health will actually take you to the My Healthy Vet website. When it comes to medical resources, I'm going to say My Healthy Vet is a very useful tool. Look at all the tools they have. Secure messaging, prescription refills. Hey, for us deaf people, you can get your hearing aid batteries online. That's pretty cool. How about mobile apps? I've never really used that before, but the bottom line is, it's a tool, and I can use it. Then there's VonApp, the Veterans Online Application website. It's an official U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs website that enables service members, veterans, and their beneficiaries, and other designated individuals to apply for benefits using the internet. Now, I will tell you something. When VonApp first came out, there was a lot more available on it. But since the creation of eBenefits, most of the time, people use VonApp for just education benefits. I have used it quite a bit over the years and found it to be very useful. The biggest thing is that in this new digital system that the VA is going to, which is great, it allows for the veteran to digitally apply for a benefit and allows for the VA to pick up that form in a digital process without having to send it out to Janesville or any of the other scanning locations they have. Take 3 to 4 weeks to scan it in the system. And just a little clue for you folks, there's this new system coming down the road that the VA is engaged in called the Q system, where basically instead of benefits being decided at one particular VA regional office from beginning to end, it can be decided at several regional offices throughout the nation. The idea is that people's claims get looked at a lot quicker and more thoroughly because several eyes are looking at it on a continuous basis. So, what makes it work though is having a digital application. And the only way to have a digital application is either to do it online or to do it in paper and then send it to one of those scanning locations. I prefer to do it online. So if you click on Education Benefits from eBenefits, it'll take you to the online application website. Now, here's a little bit about navigating. If you're a new user, you gotta actually put in a new username and password to get access to the Veterans Online application process. But if you've used it before, then you should have a username and password, and you can click on I have a username and password, and you can navigate through until you get into the program. And as you'll see here, if you want to create a new form, there's a place where you click down and you find the form. What I really like about this is let's say you don't have time to finish the form. What will happen is, this is the area that talks about completed forms, right? You'll notice that somebody here did Voc Rehab back in May 5th of 2015. But if this individual had not completed this form, it would say incompleted forms. And I could go back to wherever I left off if I was that individual who completed the form and start from there. That was a beautiful thing. All right, well that ends our time together. During the first three modules, like I said, we talked about veterans and survivors and a various number of benefits that they qualify for. In Module 4, we talked about how to access those benefits through some of the self-help tools. So I hope that this time together has been very helpful to you. And as always, like I said before, if you or one of your veterans needs help with accessing any federal or state VA benefit, whether it's through an electronic system or it's just accessing the benefit themselves, I would encourage you to connect with the Oregon State Department of Veterans Affairs or one of your county veteran service officers within the county that the veteran currently resides. Thank you, and I hope this training has been enjoyable for you.